All right, hello and welcome everybody to Netscout. In the next couple of minutes, I want to talk to you guys about something we call visibility without borders. And I think you guys will agree that achieving this kind of visibility is absolutely crucial to the success of your job and the success of your organization. But what do we mean by visibility without borders? Now, before I answer that question, let me first give you guys a little bit of context, okay? Now, as you guys are all aware, the telecom industry has been rapidly moving toward digital transformation. 5G and cloud virtualized infrastructure enabled by network functions virtualization and software-defined networks. Now, the transformation taking place throughout the communication service provider, or CSP world, is creating immense complexity, particularly as it relates to managing virtualized infrastructures while ensuring the interoperation of underlying traditional network infrastructures. Yeah, actually, quick show of hands. How many of you in the audience here are already involved in preparing your network for 5G? Anybody? Okay. A recent Ericsson mobility poll predicts that 5G networks are going to cover 40% of the globe by 2024. The report goes on to say that by that time, 5G is going to handle 25% of all mobile data traffic. So it's not surprising that a lot of people out there are starting to focus on 5G. All right, now, as promised, we're going to define what we mean by visibility without borders. Now, these are your points of connection, where 3G connects to 4G, how 4G will connect to 5G, where the core network connects to the cloud. Each of these points of connection are borders. And without complete visibility to all these borders, you're essentially operating blind. Now, I want to dig a little deeper here so we can show you guys why visibility without borders is so important. Let's talk about the layers of your data center. At its foundation is the physical network. This is where MPLS and the Ethernet, mobile, routers, and your switches, all of them reside here. Here, traffic is flowing north-south. Now, as we go up to the next layer in the stack, you connect to your virtual service infrastructure. This is where we find the border with your on-prem cloud, your OpenStack, your VMware. As you move into this environment, traffic is now moving east-west. Now, the dilemma you face here is that you no longer have visibility with the border in this new part of your data center. You can't see the east-west communication between workloads and virtual machines. That is clearly a problem. All right, let's do another quick poll. Quick show of hands. How many of you here feel that you have adequate visibility into your data center right now? Anybody? All right, you're not alone, if not. APM Digest published a report that said that 54% of companies lack full visibility into their infrastructure and application workload behavior. 42% are operating primarily in reactive mode when it comes to managing their infrastructure. Now, clearly, without visibility, it's impossible to know what's broken and why. All right, next layer of your infrastructure is your virtualized services that run on the private stack. As NFV is implemented, we're starting to see virtual IMS, virtual EPC, virtual SBC, and in the future, virtual RAM. The virtualized environment presents another environment where visibility is needed. And then lastly, the fourth layer of the data center involves automation. The purpose of this layer is to automatically roll out services and elastically scale the network. Without visibility into the borders of all these layers, physical, virtual, virtualized services, and automation, your CSP lacks the insight needed to deliver the best customer experience and to operate at peak performance. As you can see, multi-domain, multi-technology networks have many borders. There's enormous fragmentation in the infrastructure with proprietary software and tools being put forward by different vendor systems. In addition, even the open source orchestration landscape has competing options, right, for CSPs to select from. This all adds complexity. This is why visibility, north-south and east-west, is a necessity. In short, you need visibility without borders. Of course, with traffic exploding at every single layer of the network, CSPs also need visibility that's scalable and affordable. That's the impetus behind Netscout's transformation into a software company. Our move to a software model is automation and analytics friendly, even in the physical network. It was designed to bring down the total cost of ownership. As a result, we are now relevant at every layer of the data center. We have intelligently designed our smart data platform, InfiniStream NG, to be multi-cloud friendly, which includes private cloud, OpenStack, VMware, as well as public clouds such as AWS, Azure, and Google. Again, providing visibility without borders. In today's disrupted network, you need end-to-end, multi-layer, multi-domain coverage that offers smart visibility. Netscout's InfiniStream NG Smart Data Platform enables CSPs to illuminate mission-critical services into the connected world. Now, this might include services like voice, video, and OTT services, medical, connected cars, and IoT devices. Our intelligent tools are always on, and they can always be relied on to deliver actionable insights. For Netscout, actionable smart data applies to 3 areas of particular importance to CSPs. The first is service assurance. Our smart data tools are aware of the context in which they're operating, which provides the insights needed to fix service failures in near real time. So, for example, for organizations that are deploying 5G, there will be added advantages because the technology extends a service provider's ability to understand what's going on in the network and then by extension, have insight into the performance characteristics of any given service. Now that might be an enterprise SD-WAN service in the early phases of 5G deployment, or it could also be a highly monetized consumer service, such as ultra-high definition gaming in the near future. Now, the second area where smart data is a game changer is security. Netscout currently covers 50% of the security DDoS market through our Arbor solutions. By leveraging smart data, our end-to-end unified model supports the critical security needs of CSPs. And then the third area is analytics. Many of your organizations right now have big data projects in the works to develop marketing intelligence. Smart data collected and processed at the source, whether it be physical or virtual, provides service contextual metadata in real time. This allows you to enhance and infuse your big data analytics projects with data that can offer critical insights into service delivery, business operations, and other vital business performance indicators. And our tools ensure that only relevant data, rather than all data, is being analyzed. This automated capability is important because of the costs associated with processing vast volumes of irrelevant information. By using industry standard APIs such as Kafka and JSON in our software solutions, we can deliver visibility and insights across all borders, leading to a better digital experience for our customers, collecting smart data to achieve service assurance, improving security, and supporting your big data analytics projects, all within the same framework and at a lower cost. All right, guys, now I hope I've whetted your appetite to learn more about what we do here at Netscout and how we can help your organization. We have several demos right over here I think you guys are going to be very interested in. All right, so if you're working on the 5G RAN design, deployment, and optimization, you want to head over to the corner to the True Call demo. If you're part of the network operations and engineering team supporting 5G, IoT, and or virtualization of performance monitoring, you want to go right over to the end to the Ingenious One demo. Or for troubleshooting, check out the Ingenious Session Analytics demo right over there. Now, if you're working on big data analytics, head right over here to these gentlemen to the Ingenious Business Analytics demo to learn more about what we can do with your smart data. Now, if you're working on NFV-SDN and moving services to the cloud, right over there to the vStream demo on the corner. And then finally, if you want testing for converged networks, stop right here to TestStream and Spectra 2. Now guys, if you have any questions, we would love to answer them for you. These guys are ready to chat with you, talk to our experts. Also, make sure you get yourself a football right here. Grab the one from the lady in the green bag. And then thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of Mobile World Congress.